and built within the body of your mother. This is why, as legend tells it, I believe this is true.
Now, I've watched so many videos by men about stuff like this because I don't feel like you're going to get a good perspective from women, especially when you're listening to these woke women and, I don't need a man. I can do everything myself and we don't need a man. And, you're not going to get a real perspective. If you're trying to get a man and you're trying to have kids with a man and you're not trying to, be a man, then you should listen to men, what they're saying, what they want.
Sparta, the only way to get a tombstone as a man was to die in battle. And the only way to get a tombstone as a woman was to die in childbirth.
So he's talking about this in Sparta that the only way you get a tombstone is if you die in war or if a woman dies in childbirth, because they were equally as important. So I feel like, bringing souls into this realm is an important thing. It's just, until I did it, I did not realize how important it was and how, and how amazing of a thing it was to see your body go through that. And, I feel like people would enjoy it more if they had more discernment about who they have their kids with and when they have their kids. Because I feel like the reason why it's so difficult for a lot of people is because they're just doing things out of the things are not properly timed right, or you choose a messed up person to do it with. But I like what this guy's going to say, because it's just the truth of what men think and the truth of what this shit is. I'm sorry.
They viewed the man fighting to defend the village equally with the woman creating the life to sustain the society itself. But now we have many women being told you can be the same thing as the guy. Let's play the game.
And to me, I'm just one of those women. I don't want to be a fucking man. Like, I don't understand this. And I'm glad it's changing. That study's saying that women are waking up and women don't want to be like men and women don't want to work and stuff. But now it's like they ruined the men by being so masculine and being so hard on the men. It's like the men don't want your ass either. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the men are very girly today and all super confused and don't really like women. And then the rest go overseas and get women that are not Western, because Western women just have this delusional attitude about womanhood.
38-year-old single woman wants to have a kid. Okay, well, you're running out of time. You're getting old. And I don't mean that as an insult. Doctors will tell you this. I think they say...
Doctors do tell you this, but... there are always exceptions to the rule, Again, you still gonna have the 18,000 eggs. So, and you know what my doctor told me to? And so when she told me this, I made sure to never do this shit because I ain't want to get pregnant in them time. But she said, if you have sex every day for your cycle, you'll meet the egg. At least every day or every other day. So if you want to get pregnant, just have sex every day. And 9 times out of 10, you probably will meet it. So it's something to think about.
Women should be having, like, the peak period is like early 20s, 24 maybe. 38. You can probably have a kid. It'll be a lot more difficult. You may have to use IVF, in vitro fertilization. Is it? Yeah, IVF. And it gets more difficult. But let's play this game. A man and a woman, 24 years old, both do want kids. The man says, I'm ready to have a kid now.
And you know what's fascinating to me? That's why sometimes I'll be thinking they lying. Because the pharmaceutical companies, they make so much money. They don't really, not that many people get in vitro and all of that because it's really expensive and it doesn't always work and stuff like that. But the meds, there's a lot of medications that they get when they scare the women into thinking, oh, you can't get pregnant or whatever. And then, you're on this course of meds for years or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So I always, especially since COVID, I just don't trust anything the medical community has to say, because everything that they do is full of bullshit and propaganda and there to make you, there to make them money. They don't make any money unless you have a problem. They're not going to say, oh, have sex every day, you'll get pregnant. Just have sex every single day or every other day and you'll meet the egg in that cycle. You have almost no choice. And then when you have sex, Don't get up right away. Keep your egg legs elevated, all that stuff. Have sex every day for the whole cycle and see what happens. You understand? Then if that don't work, check your partner. Sometimes it don't even be the women, it be the men in their low sperm counts and all that. So the two things together, you know what I'm saying? Maybe there might be stuff to do to help his sperm be a little bit stronger too. So, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Like, don't just believe what the medical community tells you. I don't trust them anymore.
I mean, I got a stable job. I'm making a decent salary. I can definitely support getting a small place and renting in the suburbs and having a wife and a kid. Wife wouldn't need to do all that much. Maybe she can do some odd income generation online or something. But for the most part, could probably stay home. And so he meets a young woman and she says,
oh boy, there's somebody in the comments being stupid. Okay. Wakanda food truck. Okay. First of all, he's saying don't listen to pale beings. Okay, he's still a man, and if you watch the whole thing, you will see that I get the opinion of all people because I'm not just talking to Black people, I'm talking to everybody. And you said a talentless, weak beta male pale being. Talk to you later, dear. Goodbye. Have a nice life. Wakanda food truck. I'll make sure I block you too. I don't even know this person. Anyway. These are the trolls and haters that you get when you're doing streaming. He's being a hater, and he said he wouldn't have no kids because the world is so messed up, but because of people like him is the reason. And you don't have to worry about talking to me later. Have a nice life.
Yes, absolutely have a kid. And they get together, have a kid. Now the dude's 25, 26. He's making a little bit more money. He's well on his way. Mom is staying home, taking care of the kids. Dad comes home. They have food together.
And furthermore, what I would like to tell Wakanda food truck too is that Black people abort their babies at such a high rate. Black people, the leading cause of death for Black people is abortion. So for me to sit here and tell more Black people to have babies, why would that be a problem? You're the devil. You have a nice day.